We're gonna talk about pivot. Pivot. How do you pivot? First things first, zone is not always pivot. Pivot is not always zone, but pivot can be zone. Not zone, not edge, but can be zone or edge. Scan comes out. Where do they think they can play next? So they don't have priority to a spot. And what they're doing is they're moving around zone right now to get to their target location. The target location is that experimental spot that they're talking about near bridge. So pivot, playing a pivot spot normally means you play a location that no one wants to fight because they're going to get thirded if they fight it. But they want to kill you. In the meantime, what you're doing while playing there is you're just looking for damage. Yeah, it's blocking. You can't put any walls behind there. They got to be up. Okay, so this pivot spot, what they eventually do is they move to this bridge, which is a location they already talked about playing. And you can see when they begin setting up playing here. They just do it with walls. It's really simple. But remember, they don't have immediate priority to zone. They're in zone though. There's no one really to shoot. They're not really a zone team. They just got here and they're not edge. So a nice thing to notice here is notice how they're not doing crazy shit. They're not walking up on this. Eventually Sweet does, and it looks like a mistake when he does that. So we're gonna watch that mistake later and why it's just greedy when you play pivot. No one really can push this bridge. No one's gonna try to push this bridge except desperate players. Spent a lot of time involved in this game. In pivot, what are you doing yet again? You're just shooting fucking everything.
I have a Phoenix. Just gonna let this all play out. Oh, one's my side, one's right here healing.
By the way, that is his Watson and friends. He is basically solo 1v3, a bunch of teams.
Yeah.
It was pretty nutty.
You fucking dipshit, man. Like, this is getting annoying. You were literally staring at the entire lobby fighting on a high ground and you're shooting me.
Yep. And shit like this is actually why, like, these lower elo players, they waste their damage and timing when Sweet and friends could have killed this team for them and could have made it just a fair 3v3 with Sweet's team pushing in. But because they're wasting resources on Sweet, this team over here gets to live. Watson should have died pretty early.
Like, this is literally, like, these guys are out of gas, actually.
Like here, if Sweet doesn't get...
Nice.
There we go.
Really good zone for us. We full hold bridge here. We full hold bridge here. We're gonna hold this with rampart.
He's crouching behind that shielding right now.
One on roof.
So bad.
It's crazy when you see like movement and you just know it's a player because Watson's the only player that moves that fucking fast as Bang.
These guys do full commit here. We do want to peek.
There's no other way to put it.
Like
Shit's crazy.
One on roof still. Guy popping back inside.
Second on really good angle. I have such a good angle.
I think this is 100% an overextension.
Stop shooting me, bruh.
And that team yet again on height is griefing. They could let this team just kill this team and make it a fair 3v3 on their side. They could do that. But they're so obsessed with doing damage. So obsessed with them.
I'm fucking gonna die across the map.
I'm fighting all.
I'm dead across the.
Yeah, and this is the issue.
Oh no.
You're good, I got you.
I killed one on this team. I can probably res him. The other team has to res. Try to cancel right side res. Right side, they res. No. It's a full 3-man on the right. They just res. We need to all go back to the bridge right now.
Go back to bridge, yeah. Come back, Cody.
So that fucking charge rifle team on that building literally doesn't. They don't want to win the game.
Coming back.
You cannot shoot like
They're
this.
gonna help us when these guys try to run in on us. We need to all reset.
They need to be shooting that building team that still has to walk in.
Plane's really low.
That is where they should be eyeballing. They just need to die instantly.
On me, okay?
Yeah, I'm with you.
You don't shoot pivot teams. You don't start shit with pivot teams.
That's a duo. Let them, we need to all...
Because that team played charge in the way that they did. They denied that team dying, and now they might get Volk landed on. That is a failure of the charge rifle team. The pivot team would have helped. The pivot team would have given the team playing charge kills, 1 or 2. But yet again, this charge rifle team is shooting the wrong target, farming their shield, farming their damage. This is a failure.
All focus us.
That charge rifle has converted to 0 points so far.
Everybody focus
0.
us. Kill this Valkyrie. I stopped it. 93.
Yeah,
now we're gonna hope that this charge rifle team shoots.
We're good.
Okay, we're fine. Only focus this guy's in front of us. Pony minigun. They're all about to be in gas.
They're swinging right.
Sweet gets shot in the back, which makes him force forward.
Flash. It's 2 or hit 50 flash.
Fast scan.
Dead.
One more.
All dead. Look behind us in bridge, please.
Yeah, I am.
Lucky. Wait, over here there's might be kills on like the docks. Fuck, I need this loot, bro.
You can loot. I can hold behind us. We're good.
Watch that house. They're just holding.
Yep, I'm good.
You got Fortnite going on.
Guy on the left side rock swinging onto the fucking beach. Look for kills right if we can.
Yeah.
I am.
Back.
We're gonna skip because you're gonna see where the failure occurs.
Not in on me. Even
This
like
team
bottom.
that's playing this building shot the wrong fucking
Not-
team. And they're gonna die for it.
65 on that seer. I have a placed wall.
They were not set up to deal with this because they're so obsessed with doing damage.
All right, we're finding it now. We're finding it. Blowing that off.
Those two teams are kind of.
They allowed a Velk team to live. They Velk ulted. They lost attention. Yes, the charge team should be trying to steal kills, yes, instead of shooting sweet. But they got Velk ulted on, and they lost attention. Suddenly, they had to split angle. They had to fight on 2 fronts, 3 even. And suddenly, this team that's playing this pivot spot gets free walk up to them because they're not shooting. They do not get shot on cross.
Angling each other. I'm
Oh
2-2
yeah, they
on
might be
shields.
fighting on height. Keep breaking that queue though.
Exactly, they're fighting on height.
Break all these queues. I'm gonna be literally
Like,
out of-
if this weren't happening because of the charge team, Sweet would be dead on edge because it pulls away. This team does not get to walk for free like this. Rampart, Velk, it's so hard to hit these redeploys when everyone's stable.
of heavy ammo. On the right
You can
side.
shoot them out of the sky.
Yeah. 63 flush on
Can we
someone.
kill these people in the fucking building while they're doing that?
Yeah. Yeah. We.
That's why you don't play charge. You literally...
Go out. Do you have nades? You guys have nades?
No, I don't.
How are you going to defend this?
Good nade up here.
Sweet should have thrown that on the top ceiling. If you throw it on the top ceiling, it hits everybody in the room for 70. Meaning they have to run stairs, and Kodagami gets beam on door. Unless they block it,
Good nade on the seer.
by the way.
Look at this, Cody.
100,
Just a little
140 Valk. You gotta fight.
about-
Fight.
I don't know what the fuck Kodagami's doing.
Oh my god, guys.
It just did nothing. This is 100%
We just
winnable.
have cat shit here.
No, I know.
Yeah,
Break it.
I did.
Yeah. This is just hard to end. But anyway, the fight would have been winnable. So what do you do with pivot? You go pivot and you just start shooting everybody. And then because everybody's shooting everybody, you get a free walk in. Yeah, Kodagami 100% through. 100%.
Yeah, cute it.
Alright, just fight a roof maybe and look for a rat. Look for a rat. Look for a rat.
Get on.
Oh, nice shot. Oh my god, yeah. I literally had the perfect play behind them, but
Yeah, it was a perfect pinch. 100% okay. But to go over pivot, you gotta go over it a little bit more. You basically just stake spots. You go to places where if someone starts fighting over here, this team plays cross and they 3P. So it's not a good idea to fight this. Or over here, nobody wants the spot. So you play it and nobody can push you. You play basically spots no one wants to play. That aren't really zone, that aren't really edge. They turn into zone or edge. And then you just flip games on people. It's really hard to do, but it's really pretty when it gets done. Really pretty.